2013. So who are you?
I am Phil Geldard. I'm a product manager at Archos, and I am about to show you the Archos Gamepad.
So this is getting a huge interest all over the web. How big is the interest for this product?
Well, we sold out of all of our online store stock in under 4 hours when we put it online just before Christmas.
Has this ever happened?
Last time it happened was with Gen 8 stuff when we launched that.
So how long have you been at Archos?
I've been at Archos for 2.5 years now.
2.5 years. So this is a really cool product.
Yeah, this is the Archos Gamepad. Now,
it's really cool.
So this is a 7-inch Android device, completely capacitive screen, completely Google certified, and it's different from a normal 7-inch tablet because it's got the gaming controls on the side.
So what can you say about these gaming controls?
Okay, well, we've got a standard gaming control layout. We've got dual analog thumbsticks. We've got the trigger buttons up on the top, directional buttons, and the standard cross buttons that you would expect for a gamepad.
So this is 1024 screen.
This is a 1024 by 600 screen, yeah.
And let's play some games.
Let's play some games. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to show you Dead Trigger, which I've already got launched up here.
Can you hold it
Higher?
Yeah.
Like that? Okay. So first of all, I'm going to show you Dead Trigger, and this is a game that automatically takes into account the touchscreen controls. Whoa, zombie behind me. That automatically takes into account the touchscreen controls, the physical controls of the gamepad, because the guys at Madfinger automatically already did the work with the Google SDK and the additions that were made in ICS to control for physical games controls.
So there's no on-screen control. You just disable it in settings.
Yeah, in fact, Dead Trigger automatically recognizes that there are physical controls on the gamepad, so it automatically switches over from the virtual controls onto the physical controls. And there are more and more games that are doing that as developers are recognizing devices with physical controls or game controllers plugged into standardized tablets. So that's the case of the more newer games.
Yeah.
But what's fun about the gamepad is it's even compatible with the older games, those games that don't take into account that automatic mapping of physical games. So let's here I'm going to launch for you Trials Extreme. Now, sorry. Yeah. Let me go back. I need to kill it and start again. Sorry. So here I'm launching Trials Extreme. And this is a game that normally doesn't work with physical controls. Now, what it has is it uses the traditional touchscreen controls that everyone's used to seeing on their games.
Yeah.
Now, what we've done is we've got a patented mapping tool system that lets you map those virtual controls to the physical controls of the gamepad. Here, let's open it up here. And you can see that someone's already done the mapping there, but I'll clear it off and we can do the mapping together.
That's done by Archos engineers.
Exactly. What we've done is we've included inside the application a few hundred mapping profiles for some of our favorite games. But the mapping tool is so easy to use that you can do the mapping yourself if you need to. If we didn't map the game, or if you don't like how we mapped it, because everyone's different on what buttons they like for their games, then you can remap the game to however you want.
There probably is 100,000 games on Android. How about using the cloud to collaborate on figuring out how to map each game?
Well, in fact, we've already got some of our gamepad users who are already going into forums on our fan sites and sharing the mapping profiles of the games that they like with their friends on the forums.
Could that be done automatically?
In fact, it's very simple. The user just needs to export, and then he can re-import a mapping profile.
Nice.
And eventually, we may centralize that on our site. For the moment, our fans are doing a great job, and we thank them for it. And they're doing a really excellent job on that.
Can we see how you play it?
Yeah, sure. So, do you want me to redo a mapping profile?
Yeah.
So, let me clear this mapping profile off, so I can show you how I'd do it if I was straight off. So the mapping tool is really drag and drop, so you just need to drag a button to where you need it to be. It'll ask you to press the button that you want that button to be associated to. So let me put jump on here, Let me accelerate with X and brake with A.
And the one in the middle and that one, what does that do?
Okay, this is an analog stick. So it's so you can resize it for normally for like FPS games and stuff like that. You can it's just for the analog stick control. And the other one is a little bit more complicated. This is called the Target. Now this is more for FPS games. We've noticed that the analog mapping tool wasn't sufficient to control an FPS target situation. So we made the target section. And now this is even cooler because it lets you manage the speed of what's going on, so you can manage your sensitivity inside the game with the mapping tool, and of course you can resize it however you want to make it work for you. Unfortunately, I don't have an FPS game of that type on here to show you, but that's exactly how it works. So I've mapped up trials now, and I'm just gonna go ahead and play.
And this just works?
And this just works. Because of the way that our mapping tool works and the recent updates we've made to the mapping tool, there's no lag in the games. It's all done in the background, so there's no effect going on.
So,
and really simple to use. You can map a game like we just did. You can map a game in seconds.
So I was lucky enough to film a couple months ago the early preview of this product, and I get so many comments and emails, people asking when can they buy it.
Well, if you're in Europe, you can buy it right now. 150 euros. Yeah, it's really. I think we may just have run out of stock on our web store, but we do have customers we do have distributors who are getting deliveries now. Or you can, if you can't find it in one of our distributors, you can buy it from our online store. I think they're about to get some more stock in the next few days. For Europe. In the US, this is going to be released in February in the US, in all of Archos' standard distributors in the US.
Are you going to have enough stock to supply demand? Because I think demand is like huge.
Demand is going to be high. We're going to try and get as much stock as we can to everyone, so that it all goes down smoothly.
How long time does it take you to get more stock?
That entirely depends. We're rolling out a lot of devices every day on this gamepad, so we should have enough stock to meet demand, or at least to get ready for meet that demand in just a couple of weeks.
And the initial reports on like everything just works, like the design is perfect, right? There's no like problems in construction quality or anything?
No, there's no problems in construction in quality. We actually had reports from some users that on our first release firmware that they had problems with our directional buttons, and we'd like to apologize for that because that was a rollback that we noticed on our Jelly Bean firmware. We're really sorry about that. It's since been corrected with a firmware update. If your device still has that problem, you can go and download the latest firmware from Archos.com, put it on there, and that'll solve that problem. We also had some guys saying that the mapping tool was causing a little bit of lag in some of the games. With the new firmware, if you go to Google Play, update the mapping tool, that'll get rid of that lag as well.
And that's the first game-playing device that's Google Play.
Yeah, this is the first. Game console tablet hybrid that is fully Google Play certified.
And HDMI output, you have
we've got up on the top, we've got HDMI out, the standard jack output, micro USB for charging and for transferring from a PC, and on the bottom we've got a micro SD slot which is compatible up to 64 gigabytes.
And it's so thin and light. How long is the battery?
Like all batteries, it depends on what you're doing. We try to aim for a bit of everything at 10 hours, but obviously 3D gaming is really taking a toll. If you're just going into gaming, then you can probably get between 4 to 5 hours, but it honestly depends on your game.
Peut-être, mais on apprend à se connaître. Je me révèle petit à petit. Et parfois, ce n'est pas à mon avantage, certes. Mais j'aime trop dans un sens sortir ou avoir ma propre vie, ma propre indépendance.